Hi guys, another video here. I just wanted to give another little debriefing. I know these are not as fun as the other videos, but I'll try to make this a little bit more exciting. I just really wanted to go over. I just got done playing yesterday, and I wanted to talk about what worked and what didn't. After all the stuff I've been showing you and all the gear, you can see I've just been cleaning all my stuff most of the day. So I wanted to talk about what worked, what didn't, and thankfully I got a little list here so we can sort of keep it organized. And by the way, just, these little banners, like this one right here, yeah, don't mind those. I know they're cheap and crappy, and you've probably seen them 1,000 times. I'm using the cheapest possible editing software I can, and that is, by cheap I mean free, the one that comes with Windows, so it's the best I can do right now to deal with it. Starting off, I want to talk about the gear. All this crap I've got on I got my vest over there, all this stuff I put on, it was like 25 pounds worth of stuff that I was wearing alone, and it was 95 degrees with 25 pounds of gear on and a 20-pound gun on top of that. Surprisingly, wasn't really that bad, though. I actually had to take my shirt off underneath, not my full shirt, but I had a long sleeve shirt. I had to take that off. But the vest wasn't that bad at all, and the gear, surprisingly, the ammo pods, I got this thing for my thigh, it's on my thigh, and a lot of people said, well, that's got to be a bad place for it, but it was actually not bad. It really did work really well. The only thing that didn't work is these little elastic pod carriers here that you're supposed to be able to put extra pods in. They weren't that good, so I'll have to just stick with these, but really, this wasn't that bad at all. I'll tell you what the star of all the gear, that was the knee pads. I did one round without these, and I don't know what I was thinking. The knee pads were without a doubt the best thing. And I don't know, I wasn't even doing like slides or anything. It was just sitting on my knees with my gun propped up in a sniping position, hunkered down a bunker, waiting for somebody to come around the corner. My knees were killing me after one round without these, and I took them off because I thought maybe they were like cutting off the circulation on my legs or whatever like that, but no. So these were a must. Next, well, let's talk about the gun. The gun performed great, except for the field I was on. The guy was kind of a jackass and said I couldn't do 3-round bursts, so I had to turn my gun to semi-auto, which is kind of lame. But outside of that, everything about the gun, it really worked. It fired well. It was very consistent and took a beating. Got hit a lot of times and no problems with it. Was a little heavy, but I had the sling. That helped a lot. But the sling did cause a lot of problems actually too. My back is killing me just from the weight being pulled forward. It was like I could carry the gun just fine, but as soon as I rested it on the sling, after a few minutes of that, my back was like, please take this off. So the sling wasn't very comfortable, and that wasn't necessarily the gun. It's just that sling didn't have a really good design. It was really hard. It was really pulling weird on me. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention the helmet when I was talking about the gears. This was the worst part of my gear right here. This thing. It was awful. It fit really nice. I could see really well. And there's a reason I use helmets instead of the masks, and the reason I use helmets is because they don't fall down on your face. Like, the strap doesn't get loose and it doesn't start falling down or wobbling around or anything like that. I like that. On top of the fact that if you hit me in the back of the head, it's not going to hurt, but really the real reason is because it sits on top of your head, not on the front of your face. But I'll tell you why that was bad, is this thing was like putting my head in a Dutch oven to play for a few minutes. I know that I don't think masks are much better, but this thing was like, I would just pull it off and my hair would be straight because it would be so wet just hanging down. So that was the big downside to that. It was just like I was screaming at the end of the games. And like I said, it was 95 degrees, and the guy was doing respawns. The matches would last like 20 minutes, and in 95 degrees, 20 minutes is a long time. So this was murder. I wanted to take it off so bad, and the worst part is about the field I was at, the guy wouldn't let you take it off until we were back to the main area, and the main area was this huge hike up a hill to get to it. And and he would wait until everyone was there. He's like, let's wait until everybody gets here, and then we'll go up there. I was like, no, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go right now because I want to take this off. On the other side, though, I have the little visor fan in here, and I don't know what, it was just like one of those cool things I got. That actually works. I was very impressed with that. My glasses would fog up, I'd flip the switch, and in a few seconds, it'd be all clear again. It was very, very impressive. So, alright, back to the gun. Sorry, the gun worked great. Yeah. Let me tell you the best part of the gun, though. The best part was, without a doubt, the stock. That thing, this is awesome. Now, granted, I didn't ever pull it out. Like, I had it around. I never did that. But it was so nice to be able to just sit there, take a sniping position with somebody, wait for them to come around, and then as soon as, like, I got them and I needed to duck out of the bunker and run across the field real quick, I would just, if I can, oh, my arms are so sore. I would just fold it around and take off running like this and be ready to pow, 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 pow real quick and easy. So, yeah, that is awesome. I was really excited about that, and I strongly recommend it. If not that model, any kind of folding stock was really convenient. Moving on, let's get out of here because I don't want to make this video too long. Next thing that I want to review was the grenade launcher. Now, if you ask me what worked about this thing, I'd almost say nothing, but it wasn't because it didn't work. It's because, like before, I just still really can't find the use for it. I'm still going to keep this on my gun because it looks awesome. But really, practicality-wise, don't ever buy one of these thinking that you're going to use it for anything important. Maybe I'll still find a use for it, but it's really kind of just for show and for cool factors. I will tell you what did work. Oh, these are loaded. I got the CO2 valve for these guys, and I've shot these with green gas a couple times and was really impressed with the power. In fact, I have a video of that. But CO2, oh my gizzard. It was, I did the first CO2 ever fire on this thing, and it was, the cap was open, and I just did a push button. Sounded like a gun went off. It was so loud. In fact, the guy running the place, like, wasn't too happy with me for that little fire, but it was very, very awesome. But two things about that I've learned, because I did actually get to use these on the field. The problems I had was, I told you that you can load 6 little small paintballs or 3 big paintballs. I had the tendency to notice that the big paintballs would work, but anytime I tried to fire 6 paintballs at somebody, it wouldn't work. I couldn't tell if I just wasn't filling it up with enough gas or if it was something else going on. And I've got this theory that the reason that the 6 little paintballs wasn't working was because you weren't building up enough pressure behind them because the air was just escaping around them. And so what I decided was, if you're going to use the small paintballs to get a spread, next time I play, I'm going to have to try, what you're going to do is stick a little tissue paper in there, or, there's another solution, stick a big paintball in there, and then stick the smaller paintballs in. That'll give you more pressure to push them out. That being said, I did shoot. I was really amazed that I shot some big paintballs at a guy. I ran out of ammo, and I lost my pods, so I couldn't reload. So I shot a big round, and here I was like, taking up aim, expecting it to lob a little. No, it was like a blast from the gun itself, just straight. And that, sadly, was it was a wasted shot because it went whoo, right over the guy's head. But that is something that kind of sucks about them. You get one shot with them, you pretty much need to save them for only close range combat. That's it. I mean, there's just no reason ever to just be like, oh, there's a guy way over there, let me try to shoot him with my grenade. It's not going to happen. So. Another thing, I used to complain that, oh, I have 120 caps now, I don't know why I bought them, all that stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, there was no point in going to find these things after I shot one. If I was in a smaller field, maybe, but it was 95 degrees, so every time we were done with the game, I wanted to run off field. I certainly didn't want to go traipsing around looking for little red dots on the ground. I was like, let's just get me off the field. I don't care. I'll go get another one out of my trunk. You know. So I lost about 7 of these just because I just didn't even bother looking for them. So yeah, if you do invest them and you want to go with these things, do buy them in bulk.
The next part I want to talk about was the field we played on. I don't want to name its names because I'm going to say a lot of bad things about it. It sucked that it was a private party, so we had the whole field rented out. So we had one guy on the entire staff working, and it was he wasn't the most pleasant person. First of all, wouldn't let me run my gun. 3-round burst. I know that's an insurance policy thing, but you know the other fields let me do it, so I'll just pretty much go to them. The other thing, it was 95 degrees, and he's running respawns, and the fields were huge. The games would last for 20 minutes in 95-degree weather. It was murder. And then the guy had his water barrel like a quarter of a mile away. It was like, as soon as you were done with the game, you wanted so bad to just run back to that water barrel and chug, chug, chug. But it was like, you know, the game would wrap up. Finally, the guy would be sitting there going, let's wait for everyone. It would be like forever. I mean, you're just like screaming inside your really hot helmet, going, oh my God, can I please take this thing off? Can we please get some water? There was a good point where we played a game called the Alamo, and that's where he had this big fortress built up, and what you would do is you would defend it from the invading team, but every time one of your players got out, they had to join the other team, so the other team's team would grow. So the last guy on the Alamo was taking on everyone in the in both teams. So it was like, that was pretty epic, and I got a lot of good battle stories from that. But nothing really too exciting other than that one. Most of it was pretty average gameplay, and it was a lot of fun. And most of the time, it was just me having a personal vendetta against somebody who got me out last game. So the field was fun. Just I don't ever recommend playing in 95-degree weather. I could have been butt naked with just my gun, and I would have been miserable. Yeah, it's not fun. So all around, you know, the good thing was that the games were a lot of fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun to play big open field and play real war games and stuff like that. The best part of the whole thing was the gear. Actually, I was very impressed with the gear. You know, I put it all together and it looks cool, but I was always worried that I was going to get out there and it just wasn't going to perform well, and it did. It performed really well. I need to, you know, tweak some things here and there, but otherwise it was really great. If anything, if I had to say anything at all, was the bad side all around, and I'm not going to say there was one thing that was horrible the entire day that was bad, and it nearly ruined the entire day for me, and that, my friends, was me. I am so out of shape. I was so unprepared. I was dying out there. It was just, I was not performing. I know, I walk out there with all this gear on, and people are coming up to me going, okay, man, so, like, what are we going to do this round? Shoot the other guy? I don't know. See that guy right there? Just try to aim at him. I really, like, they were expecting me to call out good orders and stuff, and in fact I was doing dumbass things like say, hey guys, I'm over here, come join me over here, all you guys hiding in the left side there, come over here and hang out with me on the right side behind this bunker with all the red tape around the top of it. Yeah, I'm right here hiding. So, yeah, it wasn't very good. But all in all, the key elements are, it was a good day, good time with the gear. I'm glad it worked, and I thank you guys for watching, and look forward to future videos and future modifications.